Greetings, my friendly neighbors. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to State of Decay 2 Lethal Curveballs, Episode 2, Roots in the Community. So that's another thing that they introduced in Update 33 is like a huge outpost overhaul where your outposts can be rigged for protection with like landmines or for scouting and stuff like that, which I forgot to mention. So creating outposts in strategic spots is a very smart thing to do, and that's what I'm thinking about now.
Now that's heavy.
So this fruit stand, most of the time when you're attacked by like hordes, they'll take main roads to traverse the terrain, and this fruit stand is at the only crossroads to the base. So if I create an outpost at this fruit stand, it would, and rigged it with like landmines, it would kill any zombie coming to mess with me, which is great.
Nothing more to kill here.
Man, her attitude really is warlord. She's not even looking for salvage. She's like, oh, nothing more to kill. I'm bored. Low tar cigarettes. Well, you know, I guess in the zombie apocalypse, tar is probably not going to be what kills you. Maybe your smoking habit will, due to the
Okay, time to put this place behind us.
the damage to your cardiovascular system. All right, so we did that scavenge. I still want to get building materials, but
I do not want that feral chasing me.
oh, what feral? And agreed. So I'm gonna head home, drop this stuff off, and then make a run for building materials. No, don't do that. Eat poo, little screamer. Well, there were two of them. No, I think that was just audio bugs. I don't think I pissed off 3 screamers.
And you're welcome.
Okay. So how's morale now? It should be depressed, not miserable. Hey, we're improving. Barely. I mean, we're like negative 39, negative like 40 is miserable. But hey, you know, it's gone up. Building materials. Let's see. Blue garage. That will work. Am I sure driving around is not what's going to kill me? You know, that's a good question. I might die to... Oh, there was a bunch of screamers. And now they're both roadkill. Now, New did announce that there was a feral over here. So before I hop out and start scavenging, it'd be good to suss out if that was like a false call. Also, if you're a new player, the trunk of your car is nearly indestructible. So if you need to run zombies over, run them over with the back. On really low difficulties, you can run them over with the front a fair bit before your car blows up. But on lethal difficulty, your car can't take a lot of hits. So running them over with the front, you'll be out of a car very, very quickly. You can also hit them with the door. If you do it too much, what ends up happening is you'll lose your car door. But at least your car still runs without a car door. So it's not fatal. It's just, if you don't have a driver's side door, it can lead to bad things, because without a driver's side door, zombies can, like, pull you out of your car as you drive. Oh, that's a really good noise to hear when sneaking up on a garage to loot. All right. Oh, and I have to break it down.
kill every zombie myself, people. Not dead yet. God, I'm tired.
Okay. They're done. I'll try my very best to drive better in this series. I do have one of the advantages of I'm on my new computer, so my frame rates are really crisp, and the game runs buttery smooth. So I can't blame, it was hardware. Unless, I guess, my keyboard or mouse fails to work. But let's not jinx myself there. I think there's like an input queuing thing for Project Zomboid when I play, because every now and then my D key, D as in Delta, like, will just stop working, and I don't know why. And I've tried it with multiple keyboards, and it's always the same. It's the same D key every time. There's something weird about Project Zomboid where, like, sometimes my D key just doesn't work, and yeah, that's almost killed me a few times. Oh, I didn't mean to keep the parts after I dropped stuff off at the base. I meant to drop those off too. You know, while I'm here, I might as well hit this secluded home. Because it's not like I have a very full inventory. And that saves me a possible future trip. And also means that you guys can vote for the next base priority. So, base building, when I get home, I'm definitely going to be building the infirmary. There's no amount of talking me out of that that's going to work. But if you want additional base building, what I'm going to assume for that is outpost claiming. Claiming like food or fuel or meds or whatever, outposts. Recruiting new members would be like calling radio calls in to try to meet new enclaves. And then seeing if the current Free Folks enclave that I've already met has quests for me.
It's locked. Figures.
Oh, I get this question a lot. When you open a door and you only have the option to shoulder slam, if you don't want to shoulder slam because it makes a lot of noise, hit your crouch button, which in my case is Charlie or C, and it cancels the action. Because jumping through a glass window is actually more quiet than shoulder slamming a door. Or alternatively, you can just try a different door. So I'm going to try the front door. But I get that question a lot, so I figured I'd just mention it. Because yeah, this one was open, so I didn't need to make a whole lot of noise coming in here. Especially if you hear a lot of like I was hearing a lot of zombies around me, so I know if I started shoulder slamming that, all of a sudden I would have like 4 or 5 zombies to deal with. And I ain't got time for that. Another game mechanic is if you can't find all the containers that you need to search, once you explore all of the areas in the location, and maybe I'll just demonstrate that now. So at the top left, you can see I've explored 2 out of 5 locations. And then on the mini-map on the left, you can see the black squares, and those are the rooms that I haven't explored. So if I go to every single of those locations, all of the loot on the map will then show up. So now all of the containers that still have items in it will appear even through walls. That way you can find every little last ounce of loot in a house or building very easily. And loot, for the most part, does not respawn. There is some caveats, of course. If you have a quest, it might respawn because of the quest.
Boring.
But generally speaking, once a building's fully looted, it will remain fully looted forever unless a quest adds an item there. And when a quest adds an item there, it will just be one item. Like,
this is gonna come in handy.
So if, for instance, if I did find building materials, the game might then go, hey, there's building materials in this shed that I've already emptied out. And then once I get to the shed, like, there would be one spot to interact with, and it would be guaranteed to have building materials in it. That's just a way to keep the loot rolling. Because otherwise, if you're trying to play forever, you would eventually full strip loot a map and then have no more resources. At that point, you could always go to another region of the world to get more loot.
Well, we've found everything we can possibly find.
And then travel back to this region and the loot would refresh. But that's kind of a hassle because you have to leave your base behind and all that. Okay, we got everything we needed. And you guys want me to do some outposting. So build an infirmary and then claim outposts. Hey, Blooder and Screamer. And another Screamer. Those Screamers aren't in Plague Heart territory, so I don't really care if they scream. The Screamers, especially on lethal difficulty, it only takes 2 screams from a Screamer to alert a heart on lethal difficulty if they're within Plague Heart territory. So Screamers become very dangerous if you want to keep the hearts quiet. So the infirmary is getting built. If you leave and return, does it respawn the hearts too? Yes. If you leave a zone, all your progress to that zone is deleted as far as I know. The other thing is I have like tons of luxury items. So I'm going to run those over to my neighbor to sell before I do any zone claiming, because outpost claims are expensive in terms of influence. Influence is sort of your like currency in the game. I also don't care about airtight containers. I don't need extra food storage.
I haven't seen the people around here this unhappy
And
in a long time.
I'm also going to sell the boom boxes because I don't particularly care them as distraction devices. Hey, Capital Bro. Thank you for the resub. It's lit. Cheers, man. I appreciate that. Oh, that's a feral. I'm pretty close to my neighbors. Oh, did the feral not chase me? Yep. I guess it lost interest as I zoomed by.
Nearest plague heart, this might just
Because I wouldn't want to lure a feral onto my neighbors, because, you know, having neighbors close by is a really useful thing
Come on in.
to be able to, like, trade without having to go travel so far.
Let's get down to business.
Yeah, okay.
And they're out of influence. Worth it. So I'm within Plague Heart territory right now. Meaning I don't want to be the one to kill the zombie. Because I don't want the heart to awaken before I feel ready.
All right.
So as I was saying before, on lethal difficulty, your survivors eat a lot. So keeping them fed is difficult. So one of the first outposts that you'll probably end up making on lethal difficulty is going to be a food one. Oh, I hear the feral coming. Maybe 2 of them? All right, I'm going to risk it. It's not like rushing me. But it's definitely close by. And the Plague Heart territory is the red on the map, yes. So there's a dormant heart here in the house with the nicer view. And then everything within the radius of this heart is its territory. So this fruit stand that I'm in is just outside of its territory. Its territory starts like here where the cloud is.
All right, folks. The outpost is up and running. And if we want, we could spend some time and make it even better.
Okay, so we have the fruit stand, and the fruit stand now gives us 2 food per day, which helps to offset the 6 food that we eat per day, because scavenging like a bag of food every day is kind of a lot of trouble. And then the other one. So, what other outpost to get? What I could do is I could do scout around for options. So I could go to like the cell tower And actually, I could get the cell tower, too. The cell tower would not be a bad outpost to have, because the cell tower helps you stay hidden from the hearts. Alternatively, I could do meds or fuel. So, one more outpost we have capacity for. The amount of outposts you have depends on your command center's level and mod installed. So if I wanted more outposts, I could upgrade the command center for more outposts. And then once it's upgraded, I could also add mods to be able to fix that up too. Cheers. So it looks like scout around for options, and cell tower is kind of like tied at the moment. So I'm going to head over to the cell tower and scout, because knowing what's around me is going to be helpful no matter what. Another thing worth mentioning, as a... Oh, this is a military checkpoint here. This is an artillery outpost. Also, there's a feral on me. Come on, feral.
Didn't need it.
What? What? I ran the feral into the tree, and now you're ripping doors off of me. I'm gonna enjoy killing you now. Bye! I ran the feral into the tree, and I lost a door. And then I ran over the feral, and I lost the other door. So now I have no need for air conditioning in this car. I'm gonna clear this place out because I wouldn't mind having my first firearm. Ideally, I'd want a crossbow, but I'm not gonna hold my breath for something so uncommon to find. Uh-oh, it's gonna hurt.
Running out of fuel.
Alright, I'm getting fighty time. No, take out your... What are you doing? Take out your crowbar. There we go. She was like deciding to kick the ball. Oh, that bit hurt. Don't fight me.
Should probably take a break before I fall over.
Okay. The this checkpoint allows you to do artillery strikes, which sound... Or no, actually, this is a... Yeah, this is artillery, right? Yep. No, it's ammo collection. My bad. There are such outposts that do artillery, and that sounds really good, but it's actually pretty limitedly useful because the artillery strikes really doesn't affect indoors all that effectively. And most of the worst action in game is indoors when you're trying to defeat plague hearts. So things that carpet bomb outdoors is not super helpful.
No sight nor scent of Zeds.
New is also getting tired, so I'm going to switch her out for Shark
Boring.
once I get home. You can see over her stamina, she has Z's. She just needs to rest. Or drink coffee, but it's cheaper to rest.
This is gonna come in handy. Nothing here. Like, at all. The place has been bled dry. Time to move on.
We got ourselves a gun. Nice. I think I'm going to put the doors back on in this car because I don't want to get, like, pulled out. And we'll head over to the cell tower. So I'm probably not going to be claiming any outposts to the south because this Plague Heart blocks me. But once I scout from this cell tower up ahead, I'll know all of the potential outpost locations around. And then we can pick one. Hey, Bloater! Not today! So cell towers, as of last major update, has the unique ability to be able to disrupt communications around a Plague Heart. And if you don't know what that means is it allows you to kill a lot more zombies around a Plague Heart before the Plague Heart wakes up, and then also stop the Plague Heart from alerting other Plague Hearts around it if you destroy the Plague Heart. So Plague Hearts that share regions with one another, if you think of like a Venn diagram when they overlap, if you kill one Plague Heart that borders a bunch of other Plague Hearts, the other Plague Hearts will wake up as a result. So the cell phone towers have a special ability that you can activate to be able to essentially like jam a Plague Heart's ability to sense danger around it, for a lack of a better way to explain it, which can be really useful. In fact, like crucial, unless you want to wake up like a whole bunch of Plague Hearts at once, because on lethal difficulty, the amount of Plague Hearts that you have in a region is dependent upon the game's difficulty. So on lethal difficulty, you have tons and tons of Plague Hearts, and sometimes you'll have like 5 Plague Hearts overlapping one another, which means if you destroy one, the other 4 wake up, and that's a lot of heat. I mean, we're talking like a 5-alarm fire levels of heat, so the cell phone tower disruption ability can stop that from happening, which makes your life a lot easier, unless you're like strapped for the fight. You know, if you've got tons and tons of weapons and explosives, yeah, maybe you can handle it.
We could use some extra hands.
Okay, nothing more to see here.
Okay, so the only outpost that was revealed around me that would be claimable is this cell phone tower. So I'm not. I'll just include it. So we got. I could do food as well. Just have 2 food to help offset our food costs. So we could do food, fuel, meds, ammo, cell phone tower, and you guys can pick. I'll give you 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Cheers. You don't have the balls to play above Dread? Yeah, there's not a lot of room for error. That much is true. Really, not a lot of room for error at all. But I like challenge. And there's even mods.
Not to turn this into an outpost.
There's even mods that will raise difficulty beyond lethal, like lethal dark side. If you want a true masochist challenge. So, again, for new players, in order to kill hearts really easily, one of the things to look out for, or 2 of the things, rather, to look out for early game, is chemicals and circuitry. Chemicals and circuitry allow you to eventually make C4, and C4 is probably the most effective tool to destroy Plague Hearts. So keep
This will slow me down.
whatever chem and circuitry that you can find. You don't need a lot of chemicals. The game will throw a lot of chemicals at you, but the amount of circuitry that you require is a lot. So if you want to like blow up a whole bunch of hearts, collect circuitry like crazy. And this is what circuitry looks like. So any opportunity to get circuitry, grab. The thing is, my inventory's full, so I can't grab that.
Locked up tight.
Oh my god, it's locked from both sides? Like, I guess it's like just padlocked or something. So I'll be back for that circuitry at some point, knowing that it's there. And looks like we're gonna go with food by like 1 vote. So on my way home, I'm gonna claim the other Tartan Mart, or the other food place near home. So we'll have 2 food outposts. Outposts can also be leveled up to level 3, where they'll generate more resources for you than level 1 or level 2. But it's really expensive to get like a high level resource outpost. So it's cheaper, way cheaper to have 2 food outposts than 1 level 2 outpost. In other words. I'm hoping there isn't too many zombies in here. You rage quit when your favorite characters die?
Nothing here. Surprise.
I understand that. You get attached to them and then they perish and it's
up and running.
Tragic.
I have some thoughts on how to improve this place even more.
Okay, what are we going to do next? So if you want me to help out the neighbors that just called in for help so that we can form a formal alliance, vote for side quests. But otherwise, choice is yours. And I am going to switch out my characters. So I'm going to put everything... I'll leave her the gun. I'm going to put everything away. And just use this outpost to switch characters. So in the outpost here, you have outpost defenses, so I can hook the outposts up with incendiary mines if I want. It's expensive, so I'm going to hold off on that for now, because I don't want to pay for that. Oh, Mike, thank you for the resub, by the way. And then you can also abandon the outpost, upgrade it if you have the influence and resources. Again, like I said, it's really expensive. So a single level 1 outpost is 300 influence, and a level 2 is 800 influence plus materials. Or let someone take over, which is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to switch to Shark. And then grab... Oh, you know what? Yeah. Grab the bigger backpack. Grab the fuel bomb in case I need to blow up a bunch of zombies. Grab the energy drinks. And I am... help the neighbors and get Lux items. I'm going to do both side quests. I'm going to leave the gun at home, though. So how much fuel do we have 8 fuel? Okay. Yeah, I don't even need to scavenge for fuel. I'll just grab fuel from our base and bring it to the free folks that are asking for fuel. An odd request from the free folks, considering they don't seem to have a car or a generator, but they want fuel. I guess there's like Molotovs, right? Maybe they want fuel bombs. And yeah, there was a professional break on that SMG, so that's really good to kill hostile NPCs. You are correct about that.
I had this aunt who lived somewhere around here and
another
made
side
herself
quest.
a survivalist. I wonder if she made it this long.
We also got the Infirmary level 2. So the Infirmary level 2 will passively heal injuries. So that's going to be very crucial for Thomas and New. New is really not that injured. She only has a little bit of bruising. But that will be really crucial for Thomas to get back in it, because half of his stamina is gone because his lungs were burned from the bloater that blew up on his face. A brutal way to get injured, for sure. But I'm here because I need a rucksack of fuel for the neighbors. So if you don't have free fuel, and you go to the neighbors and they're like, hey, we request fuel, all that you really need to do is talk to them and they will tell you like where you can scout for it. And it becomes a fetch quest for them. But because I already have the resources on me and I don't mind sparing it, I can skip that whole fetch quest to do this faster.
Better keep an eye out for plague zombies.
Saves me the trouble. Here you go.
For that one. Don't be a stranger. Take care, you hear?
So we are officially allied with one another. I gained influence. They have a special radio command called Combat Supply. So I can call in a supply drop for 150 influence for them to give me, I guess, weapons and ammo or something. So I'm definitely going to use that now. And then they're also selling materials and meds and a repair kit. So I'm going to buy all of that. Thank you very much. So yeah, that worked out amazingly. In fact, I'm going to get some of the other luxury items that we have for sale and sell it to them. So we're bartering. So I will sell the cigarettes and the booze. And what I did there is I loaded a repair kit from our stash into the trunk of the car because I accidentally banked
I
it.
see one of those mutated juggernauts.
Oh god. Yes, I do. It's right beyond that hill there. Worst case scenario, if that juggernaut comes to mess with me, I'll just activate landmines at the food stand, and it will blow up that juggernaut. Easy peasy.
Good to see you.
Let's just take a look-see.
Sure, why not?
They also have a chemistry textbook. Oh, that is amazing. So Shark is a mechanic. New has computers, and I could teach Thomas chemistry. The thing why that's amazing is it requires essentially computers and chemistry to be able to make C4. So I am going to buy that book.
Let's just take a look-see.
Yeah, okay.
As well, because then I have the ability to hypothetically make C4 really early on in the game, which is incredible. Just like god tier start. So we did that trade. I'm going to do the Life of Luxury as well now. But before I do the Life of Luxury, I'm going to run this stuff home, these rucksacks that I just looted, to free up space in the car. Got a whole dang chorus of screamers out there. Yeah, there's a lot of screamers. I don't know where they came from, but they sure are ornery. What should I build next? Tier 2 comms. Tier 2 workshop. Tier 2 outpost.
Along the North Platte River. We detected a search and rescue transponder. Judging
I could also build a latrine. So latrine allows you to train utility and also provides morale, so it makes people happier. I could also do a rain collector. I don't particularly care for them, but you know, I could do that. I could also build a kitchen. So this is the last small slot. You know, I only have one more outdoor space. I wonder if this Firewatch tower... Nah, I think it's indoors. I could build a kitchen. I could also build a garden, but it wouldn't be a lot of food. But I'll supply it as an option too. So, there we go. I'm going to leave a while for you to vote on this one, because it's not something that's going to be immediately relevant. So now, I have to... I have to drive through Plague Heart territory to get to the new the next quest location to do the Life of Luxury quest. So I have to be very careful not to piss off screamers as I drive through the Plague Heart territory. So the Plague Heart territory starts about here, and any screamer that I see either has to be avoided or roadkilled. Because if they end up screaming, the heart's gonna wake the hell up. So I usually don't drive top speed, so I have more, better reaction time to... Oh, you're not a screamer. Better reaction time to road situations. And then once I'm outside of the sphere of influence of the heart, which is about now, I can breathe a little bit more easily because the screamers won't wake up the heart.
Ugh, you can practically see the stink on that bloater.
On what bloater? Oh yeah, there's a bloater at the side of the house. Oh, there's also a screamer here.
Can't do it.
Oh, I didn't get it in time.
I got a wreck.
Alright, I'm gonna bait this bloater into committing suicide. Come on. Rush me. Rush me. There we go. You can have them sprint at you when you're on foot, but it's very hard to escape the bloater infection sphere of influence before they blow up on you when you try to bait them on foot. You probably won't get too sick doing it, but like it's obviously safer to do it in a car. However, if you screw up in a car, it's way worse because then your car fills with bloater gas and you get very, very sick. Whereas if you fail on foot, you only get a little sick. So it's like more risk, more reward doing it in a car. And it looks like we're going with tier 2 comms. But still a little bit of time to vote if you haven't voted already. So what tier 2 comms allows us to do is it allows us to increase the amount of influence we gain from just like every old kind of actions, which is very nice. 40mm grenade in a dude's like trailer. Okay. Weird, but all right. It's for fishing? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, stick of dynamite for fishing. Well, this house sounds like it's crawling. So I'm just trying to thin out the crowds around the house first, before going in. Another thing I probably should have checked is... Well, I meant to call in the radio command for the trader supply from the allies, and I'll do that in a minute. But I also meant to check if any of them have really good skills as potential recruits. So if you want to add members to your community, you either can like help random survivors that radio for your help as you're driving around and exploring, and every now and then they, if you help them, will choose to join you. Be warned that sometimes when people radio for your help, they mean to kill you. It's like an ambush, and they just want to kill you instead. So not everyone that radios for help is like nice. So you can recruit people that way, and you can also recruit people from other enclaves, and it's free if it's an allied enclave, but it will disband the enclave if you do. So generally the way I play is I try to get as many allies as I can get, and then I analyze the enclave bonuses, because not all bonuses are the same. So I'm guessing I'm probably going to keep the current one, because combat resupply is not a lot of influence cost for like a pretty good reward of, you know, guns and ammo and stuff like that. But if their enclave bonus was like, hey, we'll store like your food for you, yeah, I'm kicking them to the curb and recruiting one of them to disband them.
But that won't last.
So next thing to build is comms. Got it.
exactly what we've
Hell yeah.
Costume jewelry. Yes. Such a worthy reward for a quest.
We've got all there is to get here.
Probably hit that garage. Oh, no, actually, that garage is empty. Never mind. Thank you for tuning in to State of Decay 2 Lethal Curveballs, which originally streamed live on Twitch October 3rd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow zombie slayers.